This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Top beer, top beer, top beer.
Welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of Top Beer. This
Fantastic,
is the show.
he says.
Fantastic, right? This is the show where we take you on a brews cruise. Ooh, that's what we should have called it, Tim. We should have called it Brews Cruise. Had a nautical theme going.
I was thinking Blues Clues. We could have played the Blues Clues song, but changed it to Brews Cruise.
There you go. And with me, my first officer, if you will, my first mate, Mr. Timothy Robert Buckner. Timothy, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Adrian. Getting ready to drink some beers here on this fine Saturday morning.
That's right. And Saturday, yeah, alcoholics, the lot of us are. So today on this episode, we're doing Scotch ales. Now, what is the difference between a Scotch ale and a Scottish ale, I asked. And I actually Googled it, Tim. And what I found was not much of a difference. I mean, there is a difference, but it's not like a huge distinctive difference. I think Scotch ale is a very specific type of beer, and I think Scottish ale is more of an umbrella type of term, if that makes sense. I don't know if tell me if I'm wrong, by the way. If I'm wrong, please feel free to say. But that's kind of what that's what I gathered from just a quick Googling
right
on the internet. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're doing Scotch ales. And Tim, what do you know about Scotch ales? What can you tell me about Scotch ales that I don't know?
You know what's funny is I don't know much. I know that I like them. I know that they're called wee heavies sometimes. That's a term that they use to refer to them. And realistically, that's about all I know. It's a strong pale ale from Edinburgh, and it was created in the 19th century, it says. So it's typically a strong pale ale. And there it's, I guess, that's it. Like mainly barley malt, moderate hopping, and not a lot of huge differences between English strong ales or barley wines. The name is more of a regionalization of the fact that it comes from Scotland.
Right.
That's about it. They're strong. They're very similar to barley ales, as I said, and or barley wines, which makes sense why I also like them. So they're essentially just a Scottish barley wine.
Awesome. All right. Well, see, you said it better than I did, because I was just trying to figure out what the damn difference was. But I'll start with my first beer, if that's okay, Tim.
That's fine with me.
This is from a brewery that's in your favorite city in California, Ballast Point, out of beautiful San Diego, California.
Yeah.
This is the Ballast Point Piper Down Scottish Ale. And hey, since we mentioned a nautical theme, Ballast Point, that's a nautical themed brewery in itself. The label on this is imagine like the skeleton guys from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but if one of them fell on his face, a drummer skeleton pirate guy with a Scottish bagpipe, and he's flanked by two other Scottish skeleton dudes with instruments. One of them has a drum, the other one I can't really tell because it's kind of cut off actually. The label on this, a Scottish ale with San Diego spirit, and that's what you have, Tim, the San Diego spirit.
I do.
Our Piper Down Scottish Ale hits all the right notes for the Ballast Point bagpipe core that inspired it. We created this very low-hopped, malty ale for the band to enjoy using UK Maris Otter malt, roasted barley, UK hops, and low fermentation temperatures. Then we let the brew's sweet complexity build over a 3-hour boil. A 3-hour boil. Full of roasted caramel flavor. You like that one?
I did.
Full of roasted caramel flavors. It's a pub classic with a Ballast Point personality. Awesome. Well, let's stop talking and let's start drinking, shall we?
Let's
Sampling,
do it.
I should say. Here we go. I like the Ballast Point bottles are like I always just find like the medium-sized bottles. I never find like the smaller bottles. Like this is a what? This is a how big is this? This is
24?
22 ounce.
22.
Let's go ahead and let's pour that bad boy. It's got a nice, let's see here. I'm going to pour a lot because it is a Saturday morning and I don't want to get toasted so early in the day. It's got a nice dark caramel, a nice light caramel color. Not a lot of head on this, surprisingly. Some beers, like, immediately, even if you pour a little bit, you always get a lot of head. You don't get a lot of head on this. Let's see what the nose is. That's nose dive right in. Ooh, that definitely has, I can definitely get the caramel notes in the when I smell it. And let's go ahead and give it a taste, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's very malty. That's maltier than what I was expecting, honestly. It's funny because, I tried a Kolsch, some kind of Kolsch beer the other night, Tim, and I realized, I was like, Kolsch is a lot maltier than like other like pale ales and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know if I can get down with the maltiness that much anymore. I feel like I've gravitated more towards more tart, more sour, more flavors like that, hoppier type of taste in beers. And I don't know, like the malts don't really do it that much for me anymore. You know what I mean? Because it almost feels like you're going back to like a lower variety beers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
but I do get a lot of maltiness in this. It's good though. I'm not putting this beer down for that, by the way. I'm just saying. They're not lying when they mention the malts though. Let me give it another sip though. I want to give this a fair review, Tim. You know what I mean?
Right.
Overall, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually a really good beer. And let's see what the score is on Rate Beer. Are you ready for this, Tim?
Yes.
79.96. So pretty good score on Rate Beer.
Yeah, not bad.
And yeah, like let me look at the label. It mentions something that I want to do. Roast. That's what it was. The roasted. It does have a slight roastiness to it. And again, I know there's hops in it. It's not a hop forward beer or hop heavy beer, obviously, and I get more of the malts than the hops. But it's actually a pretty good beer. Like I could see myself drinking the rest of this bottle and just enjoying it and not ever getting it again regularly because I don't normally drink Ballast Point, but this one's pretty good. So that's my take on it, Tim. What do you think?
That's an interesting take.
Have you had this one? Because I know you've had Ballast Point.
I don't think I've had that one actually, which is interesting because I don't even know if I've seen it.
Not bad.
Not
right.
bad, huh?
So what do you have for your first beer today, Tim?
Oh, you know what? I have seen that one, and I meant to try it, and I just never got around to it. Now I remember because it's got the bagpipe guys on the bottle, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of them fell on his face.
One of them fell on his ass.
He's gonna break his bones.
He is gonna break his bones. So what I got for my first one is the Boulevard Snow and Tell Oak Aged Scotch Ale. It's from Boulevard Brewing, which is in Kansas City, Missouri.
Ooh, Kansas City. I don't think we've had a Kansas City beer on.
I don't think we've had anything from either Kansas cities, from Missouri or Kansas. Exactly. This is the new frontier of beer. So this is oak aged. It is a holiday or at least winter themed with a nice little cross stitch on the bottle. It looks like it could be a sweater that says Snow and Tell.
I like the name.
And
that's so great.
So do I. And Boulevard Brewing out of Kansas City, Missouri is a brewery that I'm getting more and more excited for as I've tried more of their beers. Some of their stuff is a little pricey. They're barrel aged and they're kind of blendery stuff that they have, sours and things like that. But some of their stuff is now becoming more readily available. That's just like kind of a normal, not a big deal thing. It's comprised of a base pale malt with crystal caramel, or base pale ale with crystal and caramel malt, amber malt, and just a touch of beechwood smoked malt from Germany at just under 1% the total malt bill. The smoke malt lends subtle complexity without overpowering or just kind of layers with the caramel and toffee flavors. And crystal malt is obviously the primary malt in a Crystal Weiss or a Berliner Weiss. So crystal malt, that kind of really, really subtle malt flavor. It says it hops with Magnum, Chinook, and Striana Golding. And then it's aged. It says it's just a brief age period in medium toasted oak chips. At the end portion of the fermentation. So it's not even. I mean, nothing about this is super overdone. It's a light aging process, light malting process, light smoke. The hopping it doesn't mention, but I'm going to assume it's not super over hopped, obviously.
Right.
So we'll give this bad boy a try.
You know, I have a suspicious feeling we're gonna run into a lot of caramel flavors on this episode.
Yeah, for sure. Huh, this one's weird.
Weird. What's weird about it?
Yeah, I'm just getting the scent is really kind of barely there. It just smells like a plain pale ale with not much more going to it.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how sometimes sometimes some beers taste stronger than they smell. I don't know why that is.
Right.
And some beers smell stronger than they taste, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
What are your initial thoughts on this?
It's really just kind of got a little bit of bitterness from the hops, a little sweet caramelness to it. I'm not really tasting any of the oak. I'm not getting any oak chips or any of that. Really. It kind of just tastes like a slightly sweeter, kind of a regular pale ale, not even like an extra pale or an IPA or anything. Just a slightly sweet. I'm not really getting any oakiness to it. I definitely do get a little bitter, little sourness to it.
Yeah.
But I mean that might be the crystal malt. Yeah, maybe a little nutty. No real oak though. It's really interesting in that regard. 6.3% alcohol per volume, so on the lower end for a Scotch ale, honestly, which is not bad. And I mean, it's got an overall score of 58 and a style of 39. So I can definitely see why, because it's not what you expect from a Scotch ale or a wee heavy to being a lot stronger and a lot more robust.
Yeah.
So it's I wouldn't say disappointing, but I mean, maybe a little disappointing. Maybe that is the right word to say. It's not bad, but it's not what you'd expect. And when you go out of your way and you market something as a barrel or an oak-aged Scotch ale, I'm expecting a lot more robust flavors than I'm getting here.
You know what I like in this too? It's like when you go out, you go to like a sort of a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. Let's just say it's a burger joint, right? Not a fast food place, not a McDonald's or a Burger King. You just go to like and sometimes you go into a non-franchise like restaurant and the food there is like it's okay, but it's just kind of bland. Like there isn't much flavor to it. It's just very generic. And I feel like you find that with beer a lot too. Like some beers that you try, you expect like they sound better than they actually are. Because once you drink them, once you try them, it's just like, oh, this is passable, but it's nothing great. Like nothing to write home about. You know what I mean? And that's what it sounds like. That's what you have right there in front of you. It's like it's just you know, it's trying to be something that it's not really, and that's all it is. Like you can't really blame them too much for it, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's marketed. Well, it's not even their fault. They probably did everything that they say that they do on the label, but it just doesn't come through like you expect it to when you hear those words.
Right. That's why brewing really is an art. I mean, not to sound pretentious and crazy, but I went to the Birth of Brewing here. We did an episode on it, and when I was talking to the brewmaster, it's like the guy sounds like he's an artist. Like he paints with flavor. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And some people just do that better than others, I guess. So there you go. All right, Tim. Well, with that said, I think we should go on our first break. What do you think?
I like it. I like that idea.
Let's do it.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Voice of Ring of Honor's Kevin Kelly here. I just want to make sure you're all subscribed to all of our great feeds here at Place to Be Nation. Now, it's really easy to do. Just head to iTunes or your preferred podcatcher app today and search for and subscribe to the Place to Be Nation wrestling feed, Place to Be Nation pop feed, Pro Wrestling Only feed, and of course, the Kevin Kelly Show feed, which includes the full archives of my podcast. Subscribe, listen, and then rate us and leave feedback today. And of course, as always, enjoy all the great action of Ring of Honor Wrestling and everything presented to you on PlaceToBeNation.com.
All right, we're back. Tim, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing phenomenal as always. How are you doing, Adrian?
I'm doing good. I'm about ready to go on to the next beer if you don't mind.
I wouldn't mind even for a moment if you go on to the next beer.
This is
Sure.
brewed and bottled by Bristol Brewing Company out of Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Oh, you
I've
know
never
that
heard-
place.
I've never heard of a brewery out of Colorado Springs, so this will be my first Colorado Springs brewery. This is the Scottish style ale Laughing Lab. Have you heard of this one?
I have not.
Not much on the. There's like a dog with like a red collar. It looks like obviously a lab, and it says, let's see, month and week bottled for freshness. It doesn't really. Oh, December 1st. They physically scratch off like part of the number, so someone actually has to scratch off the underneath the 12 and then underneath the 1, so you know that that's when it was.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Someone physically has to do that. Unless I'm wrong, unless the label just kind of scratched off by itself underneath the 12 and the 1, but
Or it's made to look like it's scratched.
yeah. Anyway, very minimal label, minimal bottle, not much to it. Let's go ahead and open that bad boy up.
Let's do it. I'm excited to see what it does when you open it. It explodes and everyone dies.
This is a regular 12 ounce bottle. Malty, smooth, luscious. Enjoy. That's all it says. So let's pour that really quick, just a little bit. Not too much, not too much. It is a Saturday after all. Saturday morning.
It is. So I was reading on here too, and it looks like there's something that's also called Scotch ales or whiskey ales, as they're called, and they're more of those smoky beers, which I think when you came out here once, I got you a real smoky beer
You did.
from Germany.
I remember that, actually.
So those are also considered Scotch ales, I guess, but they're almost completely different. As you know, you've tried it, and they're not. They're whiskey ales or Scotch ales, and they don't really taste anything like these Scotch ales as we come to, or as we think of them when it comes to the wee heavies. They're also, it says Scotch ales are weighted in shillings, and so the shilling style ales are also technically Scotch ales. So when you have that, is it the Dell's? Is it the 90 shilling?
90 shilling, yeah.
So that's actually a Scotch ale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The different shilling ales are actually Scotch ales.
Well, that I did not know.
Yeah.
Today I learned. TIL. Put that on Reddit. So my first impressions with this beer, Tim, is very strange because I keep my glasses in the freezer, and I'm smelling more of the freeze glass, and I'm smelling the beer.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and just try it.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, that tastes like slightly malty, slightly caramelly, and not much else. It's very plain Jane. Honestly, there's nothing super distinctive about this beer, Tim. You know, upon my first sip, it's just a beer. It's just like if you you know how you see like generic things in commercials and stuff, like a generic box of cereal or something like that. I don't know. I feel like this beer would be like a generic beer that you would just see, you know.
It'd just be marked beer.
Exactly. Let me give her another sip. I don't want to be too unfair though. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, slightly caramelly, slightly malty, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else that really stands out about this beer, Tim. I don't know. It is from Colorado Springs after all.
That is true.
Let's see here. Laughing Lab. So the rate beer score for this, Tim. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
An abysmal 46 over 51.
Ugh.
Not
That's
great,
rough.
Tim. Not great.
That is rough.
That's literally rough because there's a dog on the label.
Oh, hey.
You made a pun without even realizing it.
I did. What am I? Some kind of pun guy? A fun guy?
Let's move on to your beer, Tim.
We will. We most certainly will be moving on to my beer. My beer is the Full Boar Scotch Ale from Devil's Canyon, and it's got a boar guy on the front. So it's kind of funny. Yours had a dog, and mine has a boar. It's a boar's head wearing a green and red checker shirt, like he's got a human torso, but then he's got boar hands coming out of the shirt. So, and he's got a walking stick and a pint of beer. So he's definitely a cool dude. Full Boar Scotch Ale won the first place gold in the English Scotch Ale category in the 2003 California State Fair Commercial Craft Brewing Competition.
Wow. You said he
which
has
is
a walking stick?
he does have a walking stick.
He doesn't
and
have
he
a
is
magic
boar.
stick like 50 Cent in that one music video he did?
Does not have the magic stick like 50 Cent. There is another picture on the website that's like the expanded version of this picture, and he not only has the walking stick and the beer in his hand, but he also has another beer on the table and then a bunch of beers behind him. So he's got a cellar. He's in a cellar and he's drinking a beer while he's drinking a beer. So he's definitely, this boar likes his beer. Winning Pale Ale or winning English/Scottish Ale in the California State Fair Commercial Craft Brewing Competition 2003. I mean, 2003 was heady days for the craft beer scene, especially in America. So, that's nothing to shake a walking stick at. I mean, that's definitely
What do you mean it
good
was
stuff.
heavy days?
Heady days. I just mean it was the early time. I mean, it was when the craft beer scene wasn't what it is now. I mean,
Oh, okay. It was still kind of in its infancy.
yes, and there's realistically, there's a lot of homogeneousness now where that there's kind of there's like brew competition bait beers that are really made to win awards as opposed to just beers that are made that win awards, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of these breweries win awards with beers that they release in small batches that they only made a little of to really refine it and make it perfect for the competition. Meanwhile, this Wild Boar was probably in full distribution and full production when it won that award. So it's kind of the
Oscar bait. You know what Oscar bait like?
Exactly.
The movies they make at the end of towards the end of the year that they're just making them, releasing them because they want to get an Oscar.
Yep.
That's what that sounds like. What you're
like
describing.
everything Leonardo DiCaprio has been in for the past 7 years.
Hey, but he finally won though. So
He did it. I mean, it just took him for fucking ever. So let's see how this thing smells. A lot more chocolatey and roasty coming off the nose than the last one. Definitely able to kind of smell that. Very dark in color. I mean, this is almost as dark as a stout with a nice kind of creamy, slightly off-white head that definitely doesn't dissipate at all. I mean, it just sticks on there. Let's see. Huh.
Initial impression?
It's definitely chocolatey. This is definitely a lot more smoky.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. I mean, it really sits on your tongue with almost nothing to it, and then as you swallow, that's when it starts to come through. Very bready, definitely rich caramel, little toffee caramely taste. I could see a little citrus chocolate, little citrus, like kind of sting on the end, and some nice smokiness. This is definitely well layered and done really good. And I've had a lot of barley wines and Scotch ales that come across mostly sweet, kind of saccharine. This has got a slight sweetness, but a lot more to it and a lot more behind it. It's really funny because it comes in mild and it leaves a lot more strong. It enters as a lamb and exits as a lion, as they say. Because when you first taste it, it first hits your tongue, you don't really get much of a flavor, but then it kind of lingers and stays. I like this one a lot, honestly. This is some good stuff.
So do you like it? Because I feel like that's the more important thing. So if you like it, that's good. It sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot.
What's the ABV on that,
7.4 ABV on this, so it's a little bit higher. But I could definitely see getting in trouble with these because I can drink this like nothing right now. I mean, it's nice thin body, but super dark, as I said, and a lot of rich flavors in there. Got an overall score of 82 and a style of 66.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, people like it more than they think it's a barley wine, or people like it more than they think it's a Scotch ale, which is fine by me.
Yeah.
But that also could be because it's got that smokiness that people don't really nowadays kind of.
I'm not down with the smokiness that much, unless it's balanced well with other flavors.
This is balanced well. It's not a real overly smoked beer.
That's good. And the ABV on mine, by the way, I didn't say it. It was a 5.3 ABV. So
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that these aren't really that strong, like meant to be that strong of a style of beer. It's more above that, like a little bit above.
It usually is stronger, honestly. Lots of 7s and 8s usually, but I guess the ones we got, or maybe it's just because we're getting the more commercially available kind of run of the mill.
We got pale in comparison.
I
did it.
guess you could say that. If you were a dick, you would say that.
All right, Tim. Well, anything else on that beer?
No, that's it for now.
All right. Well, let's take another break, and then we'll do our third and final beer. Sound good?
Let's take us a pause for the cause.
We'll be right back.
Placement Nation's JT Rosero here, and I want to let you know that we have a ton of great podcasts available to you on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and PlacementNation.com, and we offer them to you across 2 great feeds. On the Placement Nation Wrestling feed, you can check out Scott Criscolo and me on the Mothership, the Place to Be podcast, with our famous Vintage Vault pay-per-view reviews. PTBN also covers current-day wrestling with the smash hit clotheslines and headlines, our steady veteran main event, and the beloved monthly pay-per-view reaction shows with immediate feedback on all Pro Wrestling Super Shows. Relive wrestling's past with our monthly pay-per-view rewind series led by Ben Morse, the always contentious Dangerous Alliance podcast, and Survey Says, a fun look back at the good, bad, and ugly of WCW. On our very popular Placement Nation Pop podcast feed, we offer such great shows as the Glenn Butler Podcast Hour Spectacular, Rank and File, NBA Team, Lucha Undead, Geek and Sassy, and a veritable podcast heaven for comic fans with hard-traveling fanboys, Sellers Points, Todd Weber's Conversation, and Imaginary Stories. Subscribe to both of those feeds on iTunes and rate and leave feedback for us as well. All of these shows, plus others, available at PlacementNation.com, where we cover pro wrestling, sports, movies, comics, plus tournaments and more. Be sure to support our site by using PlacementNation.com/Amazon when doing your online shopping, and download our free Place to Be Vintage Vault Refresh ebooks via the links on the right-hand side of our site. We also want to thank our friends at Bonehead's Wing Bar in West Warwick, Rhode Island, and Fall River, Massachusetts, TheHistoryOfWrestling.com, and Scott Keats' Blog of Doom. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr as well. PlacementNation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
All right, we're back, Tim. Now, Tim, you know me. You know that I like to save the best, what I perceive to be the best for last, right?
Right.
In
This
today's
is true.
episode, I am saving what I perceive to be the most authentic for last. Yes?
Ah, okay.
So, in front of me, I have Moylan's Scotch Ale, a Scotch-style ale. Brewed and bottled by Moylan's Brewing Company in Novato, California, Tim.
Okay.
8.0% alcohol by volume. This has a bunch of their accolades printed on the label. California State Fair, gold in 02 and 05 and 06, silver in 00, 01 and 07, bronze, 99, 03, 04, so on and so forth. They even have a little mini map to where you can find them off of the US 101 or the 101, since we don't really, we just call freeways numbers in California. We don't use the prefix.
You're not in California anymore.
Well, but I'm from California, so you get what I'm saying. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
U.S. Beer Tasting Championships, blah, 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 blah. The label, robust and strapping, our Scotch Ale takes big beers to a whole new level. Rich malt balances perfectly with delicate hops to provide a concentrated and intense flavor. An ideal companion for hearty foods or as a meal unto itself. Allow this ale to warm slightly in your glass to enhance its truly bold character. Sharing is encouraged, as this is one beer that lives up to its name. Hey, no peeking. Slante? Slant? I don't know what that word is. Slante?
What is the word?
Slainte, but the E has an accent mark above it. I don't know what that
Wait, you
is.
said SLA.
INTE with an accent mark above the E. I don't know what that means. Slante? I don't know.
It is Irish Gaelic for toast.
Okay, perfect.
So it's like salute or
Gotcha.
salutation.
Yes. This is a very Irish-looking beer. And
Yeah.
it has a very Celtic-looking label. The lettering, the colors, and all that. But here's the thing, Tim. Actually, no, I'll
Here's
get
the
into that. I'm gonna open this first. And then we'll get into it. All right.
All right, we'll get into it then.
All right. Right off the bat, I get a lot of maltiness in the nose when I open the bottle.
Right up, all up in your area.
All up in my business. Yeah, very, very malty smelling beer, Timothy. honestly,
is it the maltinest?
Probably. It has the same.
Is it
color.
Leonard malty?
It has the same color to the other ones, sort of a medium to light caramel color. Let's give that bad boy a taste, shall we?
Give it the old college try, eh? See, now when you said authentic, I thought you were going to have a real from Scotland Scotch ale.
Oh,
but...
well, I mean, this looks like it could be from Scotland.
Right. All right.
Actually, to be fair, I said what I perceive to be the most authentic
You did.
for last. So not necessarily what I think actually is the most, just what I perceive to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some people perceive. Now, I don't want to get political on this show. Anyway. All right. So how does it taste, Tim? Well, let me tell you. This definitely.
What was the name of this? It's the Moylans.
What's that? What was the name?
I'm trying to figure out what it is. Is that the kilt lifter? Yeah, it's the Moylans.
That's what I was going to talk about.
It?
Is that I couldn't find just Moylan's Scotch Ale on Google or anywhere. All that comes up is Moylan's Kilt Lifter, as you were saying.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's actually the same beer or not. Like, I don't know for sure. Like, it's weird. Because on the internet, it's only Moylan's, Moylan's Scotch-style Ale. And all that comes up is the Kilt Lifter. And it has a very similar label, but I don't know if it's the same fucking beer is the problem.
Interesting.
So that's what I was going to say is that I can't really give you a score on this for sure, but I will tell you that the score that comes up under the Kilt Lifter for this beer is a 61 over 42.
Not great.
It's better.
That's good.
It's better than the Laughing Lab. I would say honestly, well, no spoilers, but it's all right. It's definitely more flavorful. Like, yeah, I'm not into the whole malts as much anymore, Tim, but this beer I think balances the malts well with everything else that's in this beer. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the description on the Kilt Lifter on their website is the same one that you read on the bottle.
Oh, well then there you go. So it's weird that it doesn't say Kilt Lifter on the bottle then.
I know.
I kind of see it. Kind of annoys me, the whole gimmicky Irish Celtic thing. Like, why couldn't they just be more subtle with it? Like, they have to go full Celtic. They have to go full retard with the whole Celtic vibe on this bottle. You know what I mean?
Let's not use the R word, please.
Sorry. And the thing is, like, it's a good beer, but I mean, it's nothing. It's not that great. Like, it's better than the Laughing Lab because that was just boring. And this is just all right. Like, I don't know. Like, this isn't really. I guess maybe it's not my cup of tea. Maybe I'm just biased. What do you think? You know?
Yeah, I do think that it's possible to get burnt out on, like, or not to get burnt out, but get so stuck on one style that everything else pales in comparison, especially if you're really into it. I had a little bit of like winter, I guess you could call it seasonal affective disorder, but it was more of a taste disorder, as I kind of wanted to do the opposite of Christmas in July, and a couple weeks back I wanted to do summer beers in the winter. And so it was kind of like it's mid-December, but I was like hunting through all the bottle shops that I could find for like bright sour beers and stuff that has like gozes and things that you would think of during the summer, because I got the opposite way. I got burnt out on styles, but there is a way to be so style focused and so style centric that you're not into it because of that. But that Moylan's brewery in general, I like a lot of their beers. It seems like they've changed a lot of their brandings. Like I know that I had their stouts and their barley wine, and here on their website they have new names for both of them. They're not going with the old names that they used to had. Because I know one was like Dragon's Drool or something stupid like that, and that's now it's like something else. It's like Kevin Sullivan's, which is a wrestler. It's like Mike Sullivan or whatever. Stout. So they obviously are changing their branding. That might be why your bottle doesn't say Kilt Lifter, but everything online still says Kilt Lifter, because they're probably changing the name on that one. Right. But what I love from their commercial description there on that Kilt Lifter is that it's flat out says like, hey, drink this beer with food or just drink it instead of food. Like, fuck it, full-blown alcoholism is cool with Moylan's Brewery. So I like a brewery that doesn't say drink in moderation. They just say drink. We don't give a shit. Just go for it.
Well, it's funny because like some people will say like, oh, I can't drink a Guinness or like a stout because it's like I'm eating a whole meal. I'm like, no, you're not. It's not. That's not the way that works. Like,
yeah,
it's
right.
different. You know, but
Moylan's is like, fuck,
so.
Yeah, Moylan's is like, fuck it, it is a meal. You don't need food. You just need us.
So they're perpetuating that stereotype, I guess you could say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Moylan's brand liquid diet.
it's funny because this label does have a little hand holding a mug saying "Drink safely" with a thumbs up.
Yeah, right. It's saying drink safely as in don't spill your beer. It's not saying drink safely like in moderation.
Gotcha.
Make sure you got your both hands on the mug.
Yeah. All right. Well, so that was fun. What's your last beer, Tim?
So my final was I was kind of holding out on it intentionally, expecting it to come up on your list, and it never did. But in some ways, it's kind of good because it did still fit into the save the best for last situation, because this might end up being the best. We'll see. This is from Oskar Blues in beautiful Colorado, America.
Uh-huh.
But for me, I feel like we should annex it, and Colorado should just become a part of California. Colorado should be part of the SoCal beer scene because they make so many great beers.
I would be totally okay with that.
Yeah, we just fuck you, Colorado, or fuck you, yeah, Colorado, right? That's the
so
state.
many Californians are moving here anyway that it might as well be annexed by California. You know.
This is it, and it's the Old Chub Scotch Ale. It's in a nice. What's up?
Sorry. I saw that one a while ago, and I didn't remember it until today, actually, because I was googling it. I was googling something, and that one came up, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about that one. So anyway, go ahead.
So it's some good shit, man. It's a nice. I really do like the way that Oskar Blue does a really simple can design, but they use colors and little accents like that to make it fit what's inside.
Yeah.
So there's kind of.
Have you had that one before?
I have had it many times. I love this beer.
Gotcha. I gotta try it now.
It's one of my faves, honestly. I love that you can get this year-round. It's from Oskar Blue. Oskar Blues, honestly, big credit for being really one of the breakout stars of the kind of canned beer revolution.
Yeah.
In that their six-packs are fucking everywhere, even here in California. They can everything, and they can everything in just normal 12-ounce cans in a six-pack. And it's just so good and really normalizes the canning beer, again, the canning beer revolution. They've really normalized it to a way where it's just like seen as, yes, you can get good craft beer in a regular ass six pack with, as I said, simple but unique and cool looking can design. And it's just everything about Oskar Blues. I mean, they really knock it out of the park, man. I mean, they got a passion fruit, passion fruit pale ale, that Pinner pale ale that comes in a six-pack can that's fucking amazing. They got their wheat beer.
I need to drink more Oskar Blues. I haven't had that one yet, or the old chub. I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting the old chub. Like, it should have been a natural selection to make. You know what I mean?
It is. It's natural selection, Adrian. only the strong survive, as they say.
Does it say it's like spunk on the can, by the way? Because I'm looking at a picture.
I don't think it's spunk. It's Sputnik.
Oh, shit. Because there's a glare on the can I'm looking at, so it looks like spunk.
Oh, gotcha.
Why would they put spunk on there? Come on.
It's like a big can of spunk. And then on the back it says it's a virtual planetoid.
Oh, nice. Dude.
Because it's heavy and
why didn't
big.
I get this beer? Oh, anyway.
You fucked up. You have fucked up.
Now I have, because we could have had the same beer like we have in the past, and we could have, shot the shit a little bit about stuff, but that's fine.
Yeah. And how many times has our same beer crossing paths on the show been the Oskar Blues? I mean, that's primarily it. I think. Yeah, that's it. That's true. Both of which are easy to get here, readily available here in Southern California and in Colorado.
They're both good companies too.
They are. Okay, so the smell is primarily malty, coming through with a little sweetness. Very dark as well, but very thin. Really, honestly, quite similar to the full bore. The head on this is a little bit tanner than on any of the other ones so far. And I guess the only thing left to do now is drink.
There you go. Bottoms up. So you already had this. Obviously, you've already said you liked it. So tell me, what do you like about it? What do you like about how it tastes?
It's got that sweetness that I expect from a Scotch ale.
Uh-huh.
But it's also very nuanced with bitterness, little smokiness, caramel flavors. I like in the description here it says whispers of smokiness, and it's so true. It's just, it's got little slight. It's really the thing is it hits all the flavor profiles that I like in beer. There's a little zing, tartness, citrusiness. I think that should be a word, tartrusiness. It's like tart and yes, it's tart and citrus combined. Because sometimes there's tart that isn't citrus, and sometimes there's citrus that isn't tart. But this has both. Just like I said, very complex. Caramel, chocolate, roasty, malt. I mean, cola flavored. It even says here, dense, but not insane. You know, it's so much flavor, dark colors. It's got everything you want, or everything I want in a beer in general. And then it's also 8% alcohol per volume. So This will get you fucking hammered on the 6-pack if you drink that whole thing, which I never do. I buy the 6-pack and then I drink 2 because I love them. It's so good. It's slightly filling. I mean, I think maybe we should start talking about the calories on these beers, huh? Yeah. Estimated calorie on this, 240, which is a lot. That's a lot of calories for a beer. But you know what? It comes in and it really just... It's really enjoyable beer. It's yeasty, hoppiness, breadiness. It's got the Beechwood smoked malt, it says. I mean, it's such a good canned beer that you can get year-round, which is just amazing that this can be your go-to beer. And just, I mean, to think about it, just a few years ago, I mean, 10 years ago we weren't allowed to drink, me and you, legally, but also 10 years ago it was impossible to get a beer like this just at the store every day of the week. I mean, come on.
To be fair, 10 years ago I was 21 years old, so I was allowed to drink.
Okay, well, you were, I wasn't, but you know what I mean. Like 10 years ago, the best thing you could find, the best thing I could find in just a regular ass liquor store was like the Stone Old Guardian barley wine, because we're here in Southern California, and like that was it. That was only seasonal, and you could find it during like the winter season, and that's it. The Scotch ale from Oskar Blues, you can pretty much find at the store every day, year round, no matter what, and you get a 6-pack of it for usually like $8. And it's just phenomenal beer. And it's so amazing. The world that we live in now, man.
I agree with you. You've sold me on that. I was thinking about, because I saw it at one of the other stores that I go to get a 6-pack sometimes. And I was like, oh, but Oskar Blues is good. But then it's a Scotch ale. But then it's like, oh, should I get it? No. So I didn't get. But now that I hear this, I'm going to try it next time. I'm going to stop by. The next time I need to get a 6-pack, I'm going to stop by and get that. Because you sold me on it, Tim. So... I
highly recommend it. They have it at the Whole Foods Express. It's called 365. It's the Whole Foods kind of junior market in our neighborhood, and they have them there. And like I said, you can get like $8 for a 6-pack of this bad boy, and it's just good stuff.
Yeah, and the price point is pretty good for.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Oskar
for
Blues.
What you're getting.
It's awesome that you can get it out there, and then you get Avery out there, because they're both such good companies. I saw some beers from Avery the other day that I really wanted to try. They looked really interesting, and it's cool knowing that if I ever go back to California, I'll be able to still drink Colorado beers pretty easily.
Right.
Odell's not so much, which is a shame.
No, not quite, but still you can find it here and there. It's not as regular, but yeah.
All right.
I mean,
anything else? Anything else, Tim?
No. How about you go ahead, and if you got anything else you want to talk about, go ahead, and then I'll close her out.
Well, we got to go to our third and final break.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot.
When we come back, we're going to announce our top beers. We'll be right back.
The PWO PTBN feed has changed its name. Now it will be known simply as Pro Wrestling Only, so it should be easier to find and indeed to say. All of your favourite shows are still here, including Where the Big Boys Play, Letters from Kayfabe, Titans of Wrestling, Tag Teams Back Again, This Week in Wrestling, and many, many more, including our full archives of tremendous content. So make sure you subscribe to the Pro Wrestling Only feed today.
We're back here, everybody. And Tim, I think you know what time it is.
What time is it, Adrian?
It's time to announce our top beers. All right, that was pretty good. Okay, so
that was really good.
Tim, I have to be honest with you. I saved what I perceived to be the most authentic beer for last, thinking that maybe that would be my top beer as well. So I kind of lied. I'm sorry, I fibbed a little bit. I really was expecting the last one to also be my top beer, but you know what? It wasn't. You know what my top beer was for this episode, Tim?
Let's hear it.
Ballast Point. Their Piper Down Scottish Ale. Ballast Point. They just make good beers, and I think thinking back now, I just enjoyed that one the most. The Laughing Lab was by Bristol Brewing Company. Not to put it down too much. It was a little bit mediocre, you know. Mm-hmm. And the Moylan's Kilt Lifter, or the Moylan's, it's officially called now the scotch-style ale. It was okay. It was better than the Laughing Lab, but not as good as the Ballast Point. So the Ballast Point is my top beer for today, Tim. What do you think?
I think that's maybe an interesting choice, and maybe even a little. I'm not going to say controversial, but yeah, actually maybe a little bit controversial because a lot of people don't consider Ballast Point craft beer anymore because they've been bought out by AB InBev. You know, obviously I don't know when that beer that you're drinking was made officially or even where it was made, but some people might say, hey, that wasn't even a craft beer that you drank, or they might even say, hey, fuck Ballast Point. But here's the thing, everybody. Ballast Point got purchased by AB InBev because they make good beer, just like you said. I mean, that's the long and short of it, is that it's a good brewery that makes good beer, and it sucks that they're owned by a major corporation or an evil conglomerate now, but there's no shame in their game. You can't hate on them for making that money, guys. They're just doing their thing. So,
It's a good thing we call the show Top Beer, not Top Craft Beer.
Exactly.
Well. To be fair, right? To be fair.
Yeah.
Obviously, we drink a lot of craft beer, but, you know. So, what were you... Sorry, I interrupted. What were you finishing?
That was it. That was all I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I really do mean it. Like, that was the better beer of the three. And, you know, Moylan's obviously comes in second. You know, it kind of has to. The Laughing Lab, though, man. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to rag on it so much, but it was just laughably bad, you know?
Hey, maybe that's why they called it that.
Yeah, the laughably bad lab beer. Anyway. Okay, Tim, so what's your top beer?
My top beer, this is a tough one for me, honestly, but... No, it really is. I know it seems like it wasn't because of the way I was gushing for the Old Chub, but realistically, like, yes, the Old Chub is something I go to regularly, but the full boar was really good. So it's like, I don't want to wild boys, wild boar. I don't want to shit on the wild boar or feel like I'm kind of throwing shade at it, but again, I went crazy, and it's kind of one of my go-to regular beers, which is really becoming few and far between now for me. I mean, I like to try so many different things that there's not a lot of beers that I will drink as regularly as I do drink the Old Chub. So, I mean, I gotta give that my top beer. I loved that full bore. I think it's a fantastic beer. I think, you know, it's something I don't see as regularly around, so that's also part of it. But I think if I do see it around again, I would definitely go for it again. I definitely recommend it. But how do you argue with one of your daily drinkers? You know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't pick someone else over your wife, obviously. That's why you married her. And so it's kind of like the reason why I drink Old Chub all the time is because I really fucking like it. So it's my top beer. That's it.
There you go. Simple as that, right?
That's it. It's not that simple for me, though. I mean, I am a little bit tormented. I really am. Yeah. But I like it. But now I'm looking online to see what they got going on at Phantom Carriage, the brewery that we went to together. Yes. And they have got Ballast Point Peppermint Victory at Sea on tap right now. So I think I know where I'm going for lunch.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I've never had it, but I see it all the time, the Peppermint Victory at Sea. I kind of want to drink more Ballast Point, even though it is owned by a big company. Like they seem to have some interesting looking beers.
They do. They do.
All right, Tim. Well, that's great. I mean, I think we're both. It was a little bit easier for me than it was for you, obviously, but that's fine. That's fine. That's what the show's about anyway. Sometimes the show's about questioning our own taste in things and figuring out what we like more than others. And it's good to expand our horizons, especially for me and for you, obviously, because sometimes you get conflicted like you did just now. But I think you made the right choice. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too.
So really quick, really quick. I was gonna say, just to talk about it really quick, I finally went to Adele Brewing Company last week. I think I told you, Tim.
Yes.
You saw. I texted you some beers and stuff. I had their, what was it? Their Freak Sour or something like that. It's called something freak. It's a sour beer.
Freak out. Okay.
You'd love that beer, by the way, Tim.
I know I would.
And I also had their, what did I have? I had their stout, their barrel aged something stout or whatever. What was it? Do you remember I texted you? I can't think.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
The Jolly Jack or something.
Okay.
The Jolly something. I went there and I tried that. I also had a flight or a tasters or whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
Jolly Russian, that's what it's called. And I can't remember off the top of my head what were in the tasters, but there was a lot of good stuff on there. And the brewery itself was really cool. And I got free stickers and a free pin.
Okay. Ooh.
So yeah, I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna put those somewhere. I'm pretty proud of my. They have really nice stickers, but they're not small stickers. They're kind of like they're a little bit bigger than like your normal average sticker size, I guess. And they're really like nicely laminated and stuff. I almost don't want to even put them anywhere because they're so nice. Like they almost look like cards. You know what I mean? Like really nice, like high quality cards. So yeah, so I finally got to go to Adele's. Had a really good time. I liked it. And I recommend it if anyone's ever in Colorado, if you're ever in the Fort Collins area, give them a try. It's pretty cool. I didn't get to do the brewery tour, unfortunately, because they were all booked up for that weekend.
Sons of bitches.
But someday I'm going to do it, Tim. And other than that, I just want to say, really quick, just follow us on at Lucha Undead, obviously. Follow me at Story Germ podcast I'm working on. And that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to say? Any plugs you want to give before we end the show today?
Well, let me see. When you're listening to this, we should have This Week in Wrestling coming out, or just came out, where we talk about the UK tournament that WWE is technically putting on. I guess it might be considered NXT, which is, I know, kind of interesting for me because my podcast with Pete over there is mostly about indie wrestling, but also international. Just like we were talking about here tonight, this show is Top Beer. It's not Top Craft Beer. And just like that show is indie and international, and the UK tournament is in the UK, even if it is being run by the WWE. We'll also be talking about an RPW house show at the Live at Cockpit, I think 13. So that'll be a nice kind of comparison to see a lot of the same, or possibly some of the same. I haven't even checked, but a lot of the same flavor, at least, if not the same workers from the UK working under the WWE umbrella, and then also working under the RPW, the actual UK indie umbrella as well. And then, as always, we cover the same TV that we always cover, which includes ROH, NXT, and there's a third one, CWF Mid-Atlantic, obviously. My show of the year and my promotion of the year for 2016. I almost forgot it right now. Cannot believe that. So yeah, definitely check that out because I think it's going to be really interesting with me and Pete talking about everything. And then otherwise, we'll do it live. You can always go grab that over on PTB. Or it's on the website at PTBN. It's on the Pro Wrestling Only podcast feed where I talk about live wrestling experience at the CWF Mid-Atlantic Battlecade. Spoiler free. So if you're someone who has kind of not been listening to my other wrestling podcast, because I know I have some friends, I have some good friends. In fact, I'm going to put them on blast. I'm going to say former guest of the show, Hugh Little Sheet, doesn't listen to This Week in Wrestling, even though I've told him to many times, because he doesn't want to get spoiled and he hasn't watched. Sometimes he'll have not watched the shows that we're reviewing. So rather than listen to it and skip over the parts with the shows that he doesn't want to be spoiled on, he'll say, I'll listen to it after I watch, and then he doesn't get around to watching it. And I totally understand that. Or listening to the podcast. And I totally understand that because I'm the same way. If I don't listen to it right when it comes out, I'm not going to go back to it. And if I haven't watched something yet, I don't want to be spoiled on it yet. So a lot of times I won't listen to podcasts for the same way. So I totally get it. But here's the thing about We'll Do It Live. Spoiler-free show. We don't talk about wrestling at all. All we do is talk about live wrestling, the experience of going to live wrestling, what it's like at a live show. So if you're never been to CWF Mid-Atlantic or and you'd want to go, or you think you'll never be able to go, this is your chance to kind of go there on an audio journey with us. And if you have been to CWF Mid-Atlantic, hey, listen to me and Johnny Filipovich and Jeremy Bryant, who actually is the reviewer of CWF Mid-Atlantic for ProWrestlingTorch.com, which is, a pretty big fucking deal, as we talk about CWF Mid-Atlantic. So even if you've been to the shows, listen and see what other people think of it. Listen to a couple of guys who obviously can wax poetic. I mean, I can be long-winded. You hear it here. I take a back seat and I let those guys, and Johnny Filipovic, he can fucking go. If you want to talk about someone who can talk, I love the guy because of that. He's got the gift of gab, and he gets excited about things, and he just gets going. Jeremy Bryant, the same thing. So if you want to hear three guys who just love to talk about something that they love, right? Doesn't that sound great? Go check that out. Otherwise, that's it. I'm obviously working on a lot of projects all the time. So you can always find out about them, the stuff that I do with Place to Be Nation, PWO, plus the stuff that I do with Wrestling with Words, which has been, I feel bad. I've been really kind of neglecting my work over there. I need to step it up. But whatever. I still do stuff with them here and there. So go check all that stuff out. You'll find out about all of it if you follow us on Twitter at Lucha Undead. Perfect.
And a shout out to you, Tim, really quick. You've grown our following on Twitter. It's all been you. It's been all you. Over 1,300 followers now. That's amazing that you've been able to do that in such a short amount of time, I think.
We stalled out right around 13. We're not really growing like we were early on, but you know what? It is what it is. We're there. It is.
And so good job to you. I tip my hat to you, sir.
Well, thank you
for doing that. But anyway, so all right, Tim, well, that's perfect. I think there's only one more thing you have to say before we end. I think there's our little final tag out here. If you want to go ahead and do the honors.
Yeah, right. When it comes down to it, if you're like me, doing 1,000 podcasts and 1,000 projects all the time, and you're constantly busy, or if you're not, if you're someone who's smart and you don't waste all your time working on so many projects and you don't push yourself to the limit. What it really comes down to, though, even with all the projects and all the work and everything else, the most important things in life are the 3 Bs. Good beers, good buds, and good banter. Good night.